Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to talk about how do we place orders using the FYERS app. I will also show you how we can get details about the orders that we have placed. And if you want, we can also cancel the orders. So here is the code. Again, we will be using the documentation itself. So I'll take you to the documentation first. And let's talk about what are or how do we know about the orders. So on the left side, if you just go a little bit on the top, you will see the order placement guide. So the first thing that we should know is that there are different kind of order types. If you want to place a limit order, the type is 1. And if you want to place a market order, the type is 2. That's the first thing. And if you want, let's say, a stop loss order, stop loss limit order, there are different types. Obviously, if you are putting a stop loss market order or a stop loss limit order, the number of parameters will change. So we'll talk about that also. Apart from that, we also have product type. So if you want to do intraday trading, you will be using intraday as a product type. If you want to carry the stock, that means you want to buy today and let's say sell after a few days, you will have to use CNC. If you're trading in FNO, which is derivatives, and you want to do it on a, let's say, on a carried forward, that means you want to hold it for a few days, you will have to use margin. And then we also have the cover order and the bracket order, which I will be covering later, not in this video. So if we just come down, very important thing is the quantity part. So when we are taking any trades, we will also be only be using quantities. We will not be using lots. So whether you are trading equity or FNO, we will be talking about quantity, not in lots, and the minimum is 1. Order tags can be useful, though I would say we can avoid order tags, because if you forget what is your order tag, it is going to be very hard for you to figure out. So let's talk about the order placement code first. So on the right side, again, we can just click on Java and we've got the entire code here. Essentially, there is a function called place order function, and we're going to use the same function to place the order. So let me take you back to the code, and this is the same code that I've copied from the documentation. So this is our main code, and I'm going to, let's say, place the order. So I am using the app.place order, this one, and these I have put in different inputs. So let us say I want to take trade in idea with one quantity. I want to take a market order. I want to buy it, and I want to have a intraday trade. And since it's a market order, I don't have to put anything else. So I don't have to put a limit price. I don't have to put a stop loss price, nothing of that sort. Offline order basically means whether it's an AMO order, that means an aftermarket order, or a regular order. So since I'm doing a regular order, I will have to put a false here. And again, like I said, I don't have to put a stop loss or take profit. All those are required when we do BO or CO. So as you can see here, this is where we are. These are all the parameters. And this is where I am also making a switch. That means like a if statement. So if I'm putting market order, it will put the order type as market order. If I'm putting limit as a text, it will put the order type as limit order. So whatever is the correct format, as per the FYERS API, it is going to update that. Similarly, this is the buying and selling, so it will update the model side based on whether I'm putting buying or selling. And this is the product. So in this example, I think I've used in intraday. So it will automatically update and use this intraday product, which is the product type.intraday. And finally, this is where it is actually placing the trade. So it is actually using the FYERS class.place order to place the trade. So let's run the code, and I'm going to run it, let's say, with 2 quantities so that we can see whether it's working or not. So let's run it and let us see if we get the trade. All right, so we have run the code. It says that the order has been placed successfully. And what I've done after that is I have also called this get orders function. So what is this get orders? If you, let me just quickly minimize this. So if I talk about the get orders, which is this, so I am essentially going to call the get all orders, which is again a function offered by the API, which will tell me what are all the orders which have been placed so far. And again, this is in a JSON format. I can obviously convert it into a more cleaner format. That's also possible. And I'm currently using all as my input because I want to show all the orders. So let us first see whether the order got triggered or not. So you can see here that currently I have taken the entry in the two quantity that we have just saw, and this is the time, the 13:57, which is the current time. So we have got the order. So the order is working fine. It has actually taken a trade in idea. And let us also see whether we can get that information here. So for that we can find out what was the order ID. So the order ID is, we can either use exchange order ID or the FYERS order ID. Let's check out the exchange order ID, which is 1233. So let us check if we are getting this 1233 somewhere here. So this was my other trade. Let me check exchange order ID. So maybe it's on the right side, because as you can see there are a lot of orders which I have placed today. So that is why it's, and you can see here it is a 1233 order ID. This is the filled quantity as 2, and this is where it is actually showing me what was a quantity that I traded, what was a symbol and everything. So this is how we can actually see what are the orders that we have placed today, and we are using the get orders to do that. So I've already shown you two things. I've shown to you how to place the order, which is obviously you will be using that in great detail, and how to get the orders. And like I said, orders by, I am using all here. That means it is going to show me all the orders. Now again, we can talk about how did I get this information from the documentation. So if I go back to the documentation, we can actually get the information about the orders placed. So single order, let me check. Let me check the orders tab here. So I'll have to check from where I found this on the left side. 1 second, let me quickly check where the get orders. So I'm using get all orders. That is the one that I've used, get all orders. And let's check on the left side now. So in here, now this is GTT order. Let me quickly refresh it. I think that's easier. I'm going to refresh it and we'll get more information. So yeah, on the left side, we have the order placement guide. This will come in transaction info. So I can just click on orders. And again, if I click on Java, this is the get orders. So this is how I'm getting all the orders, get all orders in the transaction info. And like I've shown in the code also, I can get orders by order ID also, and I can get it by order tag also. So depending on whether I want to get it by order ID or I want to get it by order tag, I can update the code and run it as per that. But I've copied the entire code from the documentation, and this works with all the three parts, whether I want to get all the orders or a particular order by order ID or by an order tag. So in fact, let me show it to you. I'll show you one more example. So rather than let's say running by all, let me do this. And I'm going to make it by order ID now, and let us put the value here. So our order ID is this. I'm going to copy this and put it here. I think this is the one. Let me quickly check. 2409. Okay, this is the OMS order ID. So I'm going to put it here and let me run it now, and let us see if we are getting the results again. It should place another trade, by the way, because this is still live, so it will place another trade, but that's fine. So I've run the code again with and trying to find if I can get the details of the order for that old code, and you can see here that I'm getting again the order book, and this is the old trade that we had taken, the 2 quantity, and it has also played 2 more trades. So if I go here, you will see now I have 4 quantities. As you can see here, that I have 4 quantities, 2 plus 2. So both these are working, and similarly we can get it from tags also. So this is how we can talk about the orders that we have placed. Finally, the last point is cancelling an order. So obviously the only order that we can cancel is if it's a limit order. That means if it's an open order. So let me first put a limit order. So I'll make it limit, and let us say I want to buy this stock at a limit price. So the current price is about 9.09. So let's say I want to buy it at 9 rupees. So I'm going to run this code, and okay, let's run the code first. So what is going to happen? It has placed the order, but it will not be triggered. So as you can see here, this is an open order. It is an open order because you can see the remaining quantity is 2, because I've said that I want to purchase ID at 9 rupees. It is 9.09, so it has not triggered it. Let us say I want to cancel this order. So what I can do is I can copy this OMS order ID, and now I can use this and I can put it here. So this is the order ID, the OMS order ID, and let it run it again. So we'll run it again, and it should cancel the trade now. So I'm going to run it again, and let me check if there is a mistake here. So it should be app.cancel order, not orders. So this is app.cancel order, and let's see if it works. Okay, so you can see that it would have placed another trade because this is still on, but it would have cancelled the old trade. So let's go here, and you can see that this old trade has been cancelled. This old trade has been cancelled and a new trade has placed because I was still running the top part. So I hope this is clear. We have done quite a few things in this code. We have placed different kinds of orders. I've shown you both market order and limit order. We have been able to cancel orders, and we've been able to get information about the orders that we have placed. So again, thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next video where I'll talk about some detailed or more advanced order types also. Thank you.